around playing at pace. You know, when we talk about pace, obviously typically people think about fast breaks in transition. That's definitely a part of it, but also playing at pace in the half court as well, and making quick decisions is definitely a part of it, a part of all that. And as well, talk to the athletes about being lag free. So when they're playing, whether it's in transition or in the half court, not hesitating, not having any lag to that game. Like, you make a decision, you stick to that decision. So that's what I'll be presenting on. So 45 minutes on pace concepts. Like Mark said, this clinic is for you, so it's for coaches. So at times it won't be like a practice session where we get the athletes and they won't be getting many reps of the things. It'll be, I'll kind of give you a quick demo, a few reps, just so you get a bit of a taste of it, and then we'll kind of move on to something different, just so I can show you as much as I possibly can in 45 minutes. I can tell you now, some of what we're going to do, it's not going to be pretty. We get a little bit ugly, some of the drills, some of the transition stuff, there will be a lot of turnovers. And a part of that is you're going to ask the athletes to try and play at a pace that they're not used to, a little bit a lot faster than what they used to, whether that's in the half court, in transition. I know Webby can vouch for it. If you were at our first under 20 women's camp, and our first camp, there was so many turnovers, like crazy the amount of turnovers we had. But by the time we go away to nationals, we had the least turnovers of all teams there. So although some, like Sean, some a bit of this, Zoe and Taylor have done little bits and pieces of as well. For everyone else, it's been pretty new concepts about how we want to play in transition and in the half court. So again, it's part of coaching is you just got to get used to that. Sometimes it's going to be messy and it's not always going to be clean and how you want it to be. One thing I want to make really clear, and I say this at most clinics, so it's not necessarily the drills that you see that make them better, it's the teaching points. So I'm going to try to do a good job of when we're going throughout it, like really making it clear what the teaching points are, what the coaching points are. That's what makes your team successful or not. It's not a particular type of play you run, it's not a drill you do at practice that makes them great players, it's the teaching point. Predicated on 3 things, and I'll kind of break it, you'll see how we kind of break it down a little bit and build it up. So the first one is the ability to make a play one-on-one, so that's the first thing we need to cover. Second one is receiver spots, which is not a new crazy concept. We'll talk about drift, diag, drag, all of that, but with that, the spacing, playing really wide, might be a little bit different. It's what you might have seen before. And then again, making quick decisions. So we say the athletes, like on a catch, you have to make a decision within a 2 count. So by the time you've caught the ball, it's 1 and 2, and by the time you get to 2, you're doing something, whether it's shooting it, passing it, driving it. Right? So again, if you have questions throughout, don't hesitate to ask. Yeah, we'll get into it. I'm just going to check the ball, and then it's just live one-on-one. Pretty easy. Now, offense, so once you play out of, if you get 2 moves, you can play out on the catch. So I'll give you Mason for a second. So on the catch, the first move is like you can just kind of penetrate and then drop and go. So drop and go, or you can glide. So on the check, I can glide sideways and then drop and go. Does that make sense? So I want to see a really clear change of speed. This side will go, and that side will go. Alright, drop and go or glide. They 2 moves to play out. Here we go. Okay. Some one-on-one stuff, say it's a weight block, or maybe just throughout the offense. There'll be times where you have to be able to make play one-on-one. Right, so this is more so in the half court. What I'll show you next will be more so in transition and making plays at speed. So when you catch it, like you can just kind of stand there, like you can glide a couple of times, and then you make the move. So don't feel like you have to catch it and go straight away. Okay, here we go. Next, go. Finish it, go up 2 feet. Change of speed here, really obvious change of speed. again, just 2 moves. I'm going to try to show you about 5 different moves, so to speak. You wouldn't try and get the athletes to be great at all 5 of these. Okay, so they were just 2 normally you would break it down, 1 on 0, and I just want to give you a taste of what it might look like. With your teams, maybe you pick 2 or 3 of these moves that you want to focus on and try and get them to master. Right, so the next part of it is in transitions. How you're going to throw it, and you're chasing your pass to play defense. Sean, you're going to step into your pass, and just go back to that. So when the pass comes to you, you're stepping into it, and then you're attacking downhill at speed. Right, 2 moves I'd like you to experiment with here. So catching it on the move. First one is an in and out dribble. Okay, on the side. So language you want to record. That's the first move. The second one is jab and go. So what a jab and go is you're attacking, you cross it over, jab, and then go. So you cross it over, then do a jab. As opposed to a traditional crossover where you might say you plant and cross at the same time. You cross it over, jab and go. Make sense? Yeah, at pace. About how they can be a little bit more creative in our one-on-one setting. This is 2-on-1 shot pass decision making. Okay, now normally with this you could obviously go 3-pointers. The reason we're going to go mid-range is so it actually forces the offense you have to make even quicker decisions because your spacing is not as good as it would be if it was 3-point range. So you're getting passes at either of offense teaching points for this is hungry hands. Okay, so hungry hands. Right, and it has to be great passes, so you're going to throw a pass to someone. Right, now I want the defender to probably be best to mess with the offense. Okay, so you might throw it there and then start running. But you feel like basically you're just going to pass. Right, you might jab at her, or you just run at her hard and try and intercept the pass, or you're just trying to mess with it as much as you can. Okay, rules for this, there's only one pass between you 2. So if you catch it, you've got to make a really quick shot or pass decision. Right? Make sense? You can pass to either person. Okay, here we go. Okay, next one, here we go. Yeah, figure out the rotations. Good, can we get there, walk? Short pass. So also the coaches, probably first thing you emphasise, look for your shot first. Good, next one, here we go. So look for your shot first. Good, one defense, here we go, just so you get a feel for how you might advance it, you're going to fire there. Play it on the other elbow. Right, ball down, Marley, and just jump behind Sean. Right, and push it right there. Okay, so you go 2 defenders. It's all exactly the same. So you pass one of these 2. Right, so there's an example for a pass one of these 2. You can mess with that as much as you want to. Look for your shot first. Okay, if you throw the pass, right, then you'll mess with this as much as you want. Right, shot pass. We won't get reps of that, but just so you get a feel for how we might be able to advance it. Now it's starting to tie together a little bit of that, being able to make a play 1-on-1, really quick decision making, shot or pass. Right, so we call this, I call this dominoes drill. So all 4 defenders are inside the keyway. Now the rule for this drill. So if I was to throw it out, Josh can get a clean shot off. Doesn't have to go in, if he gets a clean shot off and it hits the ring, your team automatically gets 2 points, just for getting it off. Right, so for the defense, you're like your life depends on it, running him off, so you're running out there, Whereas now running off the line, not giving up a free on that first pass from me. Okay? So more than likely what will happen, so you're looking for your shot, they take it away, you're going to drive hard. Okay, to attack the kill box. Now we're moving to our receiver spots. So we're moving down, so we've got drift, dive, drain. Right? From here, so attack the kill box, so you kick it out. So some teaching points for this. My ones, if I had to pick 3 or 4, one of them would definitely be when you pass it, you turn and sprint and get out of the keyway. Okay, if you watch any high-level basketball, say as an example, pick and roll play, like the best guards, they get in, they throw it out, and then they just sprint and create space. Whereas you see a lot of the time, particularly at the junior level, athletes get into the keyway, they throw and they just stay in there. Okay, so you throw it out, you turn and sprint. Now, if there's 2 players on the same side, then first thing you look for is your shot. You can't drive it back in there if there's 2 on the same side. So it's shot, throw one more, and now you can do anything. Again, go back, so the first thing you look for is your shot. So shot, let's say you drive it, attack the kill box, and then the action just repeats itself, so drag behind. Now let's say we throw it to the drag, again you pass, turn and sprint. You can do anything here, Sean. So you can shoot it, drive it, and there's only one person on the same side. Alright, you got it? The scoring for this. So again, 2 points if they get a clean shot up. You get 3 points if you make it 3. You get 3 points if you get a white. Anything else is 1 point. Right? I'll give you this. So your teaching points for this, attack the kill box. When you're driving, like it's not pull up the free throw line, you're attacking the kill box. Really quick decisions. Okay, so offer 2 counters. Like 1 or 2 can go do something. Alright? Like I said, turn and sprint. And as well, so this just as an example, let's say drives here, dive. Let's say this is happening, Riley steps up and help. So now when we get to this 2-on-1 situation, so yep, we're going to drift and dive. When this pass gets thrown out, what we actually want this player to do is try and spread the distance that that defense has to cover. So it's almost like, just go back so Mason's got it. So it's as she's starting to drive, and you can see Riley stepped up and is starting to just spread out a little bit that way. So that, like pass gets thrown, yep, you have to make this, like, you have to choose who you're going to defend, you can't defend 2. Right, so there are 4 things. Attack tool box, turn and sprint, quick decisions, spread out the defense. Right, that won't get inside. Okay. Good, on me, stay on offense, you score, stay on offense. 3-0, ready? Offense, defense. So, right here, you're going to be dragging behind, trying to spread the defender. Right? Now, I said before, I don't want you to play any lag. So, I don't mind that. It's not really deep penetration, they throw it to you. I'm okay if you drive, but you just don't like that. Oh, you do whatever. Like, you just play without lag, and we'll talk about the play. Play it inside. Play it out. Offense, defense, go. Watch me. I just want to say this again. You get 2 points if you just catch and shoot this initial shot. Can you look at your shot at all? No, like catch and shoot, you get 2 points for that. Alright, make it an event. Offensive defense. Okay, so part of this, so good offensive players, when it's 1-on-1 like we did before, there's nothing wrong with trying to take the player off the bounce when it's 1-on-1. Okay, so this happened a couple of times, for example, with Josh and me. We're kind of getting it here, and it's still 1-on-1 coverage, like no one's committed, we're just picking it up. Well, right, let's say he's like on my clip a little bit, really good offensive players, and there's good contact, right, like say, like, you know, hit, say, things are playing easy, right, like, just keep going on that line and attack the kill box. As soon as you draw 2, now you need to be kicking out. Right, so that makes sense, let's not pick it up too soon. Look for your shot, attack the kill box. There we go, 3 points to the wire, here we go. was one. I spoke to Macy about whether it's just a little bit of, like a bit of lag. Whatever you do, even if it's wrong in the moment, like you just do it. And we can figure it out from there. So definitely that. I'd say they weren't looking for that shot enough on the kick out. A lot of times they're just looking to catch it and drive. Right, in that particular drill, when it's scoring again, we had it once, we threw it out and shot it. Just got to get it on the ring. Basically, just don't get shot blocked and we get 2 points for that. So I felt like they could have looked at the shot a little bit more. Right, but otherwise, I think that it gives you a feel for the spacing and trying to spread the defense out. And then, like I said, you've got to be able to take the play on one-on-one, make the play. So I'm sure you've seen this drill before. Again, it's not a drill that is super creative or innovative, right? So I'll pass to someone, goes to a player, go run across the baseline. What we have changed here, so instead of having say 4 players across the baseline, we're giving the offense an even clearer advantage by giving them a player who's already ahead of the ball. Okay? Teaching points for this. So what we want to see for you, so you've got a choice if you're up here. You've got to know what your game is, not your strengths are. If you feel like you can rim run, and that's when it's just start coming down the court. If you feel like you can rim run, right, and you can create, maybe you have a mismatch, maybe you have the size, right, and you feel like you can do a good job of creating an angle, and you're allowed to rim run and try and steal your player up. You might start stealing them up in the outside. You're allowed to do that. Okay? Otherwise, if it's not your game, she'll probably say it's you. When we go back to where we were. If you don't feel like you can create a mismatch there, as soon as the ball's thrown, your job is to sprint to the side. So, as an example, sprint to the side. Okay? Now, teaching points. So, put it on. Defense, figure it out, communicate however you're going to do that. Offense, a couple of things. I want you to be sprinting like Usain Bolt sprint. Okay? It's not a slow jog, it is like as soon as we get the ball, as fast as you have ever ran before in your life, you get to the sideline, or the exception being that player there. So you're sprinting as hard as you can, and I want you to run deep to the corners. Okay, so let's say you pick that side, you'll be running deep to the corner, so you'll be running deep down that corner. That's the first teaching point, is just sprint, get down the corner. Now, play with the ball, I want your head to be on the rim. Okay, so while you're not right now, your head is on the rim. So you're not showing the defense what you're doing. Right, so as an example, as I'm here, my head's on the rim, okay, you might throw a kick pass. As opposed to if you have the ball here, you're staring, it becomes obvious, you might do that, you might deny that, right? But if my head's on the rim, like you're going to have to play me straight up. Okay? What we can do is, like I said, you can kick your head, otherwise, head's on the rim, feel free if you just want to attack your. So that's 2 on 1, so you might skip across. You do that. Or if you wanted to, let's say maybe Marley's got back to the play for 3. You can just take your head on the rim. If you want, you just take the play hard off the bounce. You drag line, and it's just those same concepts you covered before. Right, so as part of your head on the rim, you can do anything, but you're not showing the defense what you're doing. Another thing you can do is say you're in the corner. Right, again, let's say Marley's trying to go back into the play, so you go there, so head's on the rim. Right, you could have thrown a kick ahead, heads in the rim, you're staying deep in the corner. Okay, because if I drive hard and they help you, three. You can start to drive here, and if you feel like Mason's done a good job of defending it, or there's just not an angle, you can quickly, it's called a zoom, you can quickly get to here, and you'll block away, it's like a flick it to you, and you're going to drive hard like this. So we'll call that a zoom. Again, you wouldn't be staring at the person in the corner trying to do that. You're trying to attack the rim first. Okay, get back. We go, we go. Good, right, set up, same thing as that. Yep, ready. Get more big. Drop it, set. Ready? There's 3 built out, so we've had kick ahead. Yep, ball stop, kick ahead. Alright, so make sure you're back here, so you kick to the head, and you start to drive. So what can you just do? You just drag behind, right? Where were you? Okay, so now, yeah, depending on the players, what was one of the main teaching points? Like sprint to get out wide. I want you to just get out really wide. Get out really, really wide. And this is something we did at the 2011, we didn't have any size, so we literally would just spread the defense out. And our spacing would be, so Josh has it here, it would be 5 out spacing. We would typically have our feet kind of trailing behind the play, but they wouldn't run into the keyway and create congestion. Right? So if you start to drive it there, you wouldn't kind of cut into the space, you would just pull behind, and then playing really wide. So let's say you're there where it should be. What happens when you play this wide, as opposed to playing maybe here, playing at the top, it makes it really hard for Zoe. Okay? Because she's in this really awkward spot where, okay, I want to try to cut the nail, which is what we're told, and then throw it down as a wide open shot. Okay? Or then you're like, as a shooter, and you're trying to get that to my player, and it creates this space for this player to ball be able to attack. Does that make sense? So when we go on in transition, I want to try to get to that spacing. We got it? Alright, let's reset it. Now what we're going to do, so we'll go 2 ways. We go up and then back. Got that? Let's do this. If there's a score, right? If there's a score, the closest person to it. So as an example, ball's gone to the hoop. I'm closest to it, I'm going to sprint. I'm just going to get 1 foot out of bounds and try and throw it and we'll go on. Make sense? Alright, so the closest grab and just go as fast as you can. Yeah, go. Head on the rim. Were you staring a little bit? Maybe were you looking there? Was it obvious? Yeah. Right, so I want your head to be on the rim. So then Zoe can't cheat, you can just drive it past Zoe if she starts to cheat, and if he wants to jump out and do that, then there's more space to go to drive. You got that? And sprint away from the ball. Make sense? Right? I like the 1 foot inbound was pretty good, and then it's like you've got to go. Okay? Go, sprint, Wait. Okay, example of it, a Sean, so edge in the rim, and then try to get into them pretty soon. Just so you understand what we're looking for. Yep. With the 20 wheel, we were intentionally vague with it. Reason being is I wanted them to play flag free. I didn't want them to overthink too much. And we definitely had a small group, so we knew going away we were going to shoot a lot of threes. When I actually looked at the stats, we struck a pretty good balance of shooting threes and getting to the rim. Before we got to the rim a fair bit. So a little bit of it was dependent on the players and their IQ and just knowing how to really smart group of players who had a pretty good feel for the moment to go and the moment to shoot it. I thought, again, I want the players to, like, the first thing has been just err on the side of being aggressive, like looking, kick out, looking for your shot, right? Now, know what your strengths are. If that's not your game, then you might move it on, you might drive it hard back in there. We did end up, that last shot that Sean took, I didn't mind it. It wasn't traditional 2 feet in the paint, kick out 3 in transition, right? But I thought we kind of started to get inside the 3-point line, defense helped, like wide open shot. I'm one of our better shooters, I'm going to take that. So, good point, good question. I don't know if that answers it very well. So I'll quickly just show you on 0 what it would look like with 5 players, and then we'll play just 4 and 4, play out of it a little bit. So, just give me 5 players. 5, yeah. Alright. Basketball. Okay, so let's do this. So, throw the ball. Imagine the exact same thing in transition. Now we're going to have our 5. It's going to be you, Marley. Let's just say you're behind the play right now. Alright? So same thing in transition. You're sprinting wide to the sidelines, running deep to the corners. Let's just go there. Let's go a little bit faster. Going down the court. Really wide. Okay. So you're through. So all that's like same spacing we had before. We're just running really wide, really deep into the corners. Play off the ball, so your options are what we covered before. So then you say, maybe you get ahead of the ball and lift up, and head to the ring, and I see you open, and kick it out. Now if you're going to do that, then you're going to X cut. Right? So the X cut, you're just going to cut in front of the ball through the corner. Now you can, when you're playing, you turn that into a bit of a like rub screen, so you can kind of just run there, and just almost stop on the spot. Right, so let's say you kicked it ahead. Right, next cut to the corner. Now, once she cuts off, you feel like you're a defender, and it's a really awkward thing when you're on the ball, and a player cuts behind you, it's weird. It doesn't actually happen much in basketball. So you could at times be a bit just confused, so if you feel there's that moment, then you could just drive it hard. Right, now you're trailing behind, and you just got to feel the situation. If you see that there's like maybe a lane you want to take, then you'll just kind of pull to the top in space. If you don't feel like there's a lane, then you're just going to run into it, and you're going to set a drag screen. Alright, so you're going to set a drag. Okay, now from here, so just playing off drag, and again, that spacing is really wide. Okay, so we don't want to have a play up here at the top on the seam, so it creates space to be able to drive through the free throw line. Now, drive in, you're going to roll hard, you're on a screen corner behind. Options here, so as you come off, you can take a shot. Might be able to kick the roller. If these 2 players really sunk in, we've had penetration, we kick it out and we look for our shot. Okay? Otherwise, we want to look to throw it back. Okay? If you throw it back, let's say you go really deep and throw it back, that's fine. You just kind of keep cutting and everyone will just start to shuffle around a little bit. Otherwise, let's say maybe you get to there and you throw it back and you just want to pop back to there. Look for your shot first, okay? Otherwise throwing it into the post, and then we would get into our post action. Now our post action, I won't touch on it too much. Our offense, our high offense was predicated on one position. The only position you needed to know is the 5. The rest were all interchangeable. Okay, so our post action had to be a little bit different, a little bit unique. Because of that, we would just go play splits. So we would have, the person who passes in will just get to the seam. Set a screen there, you can come and set your player up and cut hard there, and if you did that, you would just pull to that green line. Okay, so 2 players went there, get away over the 3. If there's confusion, you might get away up, or just go back. So same deal, screen there. Okay, so, you use it, and then you put it inside the cup. That would just be our post action. Now we're not going to play out of that much. It's always coming down, you've got a head on the rim, and at any stage, you can make a play and drive past the player, trying on the rim, you would drag behind. Right? You do that. Or, you're deep in the corner, and it's where that zoom, which we covered before, comes into play. So head to the rim, head zoom, try and talk, really quick dribble and pitch. You've done that. And then same deal for you, Marlon. There's a clear lane into space. Most of the time though, they come off and you'll just be like trailing line sprinting into a drag screen. Playing off that, roll, pull behind, play. Runs with that. we would go anyone went inbound. So if you were the closest to the ball, you would grab it out of the net, really quick inbound and go. And I think that paid pretty good dividends for us. Most games, we would literally have, it's weird because it doesn't happen much in basketball, we would have them play where the other team would score, we would get the ball in, and literally just be able to throw it straight down the court and get a layup. That happened at least once in most of the games we played at Nationals. Right, if you watch us play the LV tournament, it happened a lot. We would just get it in and throw, and our philosophy was we knew we'd give up points, so it was how quickly could we hit back. So it's not like they score and we get a little bit, it's like they score and we get it and we're like gone and we're hitting back at you straight away. Right? So now let's say you go closest inbound and Marley, you get ahead of the ball. Right? So you're ahead of the ball, you're going to go set a punch screen. Go around, set a punch screen. Okay? Same thing, you come off this, and then obviously drive hard, try and make a play. You would punch and pop, so very similar flow. If there's nothing on there, you can go on the zoom, that would be fine. Let's say you get to the zone, you throw it back to there. Right? Then we would play this side. Now you could just run some flow stuff. What we did is we put a double. With this way, we would just go down the screen. You would kind of chase the line and down the screen. Yeah, you put the screen up there. Chase the line. We would end up getting this shot like a lot where you just pull behind, just flick it to me. Defense always went under that. Right? You get that look? Otherwise, you could do that. If we get your space in the corner, Josh, space in the corner, right? You just drive it hard, roll, and you pull behind. It's all the same concepts as before. Roll back, roll into the post. Just rebuild to the start of the double. We didn't do this much, we didn't talk about it, maybe did it once or twice. We didn't also say that this could happen where we would come down and you could just back up. Might look at that, and then you would come back and you get the hand on. Right? Or you would just space, you're not pulling to the top, almost just pulling to the seam. Right? You pull up to the left. Bigs, you get ahead of the ball, you're punching and popping it. Guards, players got the ball, everyone else is just sprinting deep into the corner. Looking for a kick ahead, X-cut, or stay in the corner, zoom, just playing. Right? Obviously on the weak side, we're going to give one player, and then two. You got it? So we'll run the circle. And then we'll go up and back. Okay, ready? Right. Close him down. Go. Pace. More than anything, I want you to just run into the drag screen. Okay? Basically, how the ball, when you're there, drag screen is coming for you, just hold on to the ball, wait for the screen, and you've got to drive hard. Right? Go! Again, like I said briefly, our offense was predicated around just needing over 5 and what they were doing. Everyone else would just fill any of those other 4 spots. Reasoning behind that is, again, we were small teams, so we knew teams would just switch a lot of screens, and we would intentionally just have like our 5 setting screens, so the 5 of the other team was defending most of the time, right? And I'll just so you get it. So just come back to it. So we had someone in the corner, we got drag screens, the ball's here. So we would call it skates if they hustled with that 5. Because traditionally 5s aren't very mobile and they're probably not the best defender on the perimeter. So let's say You're a defense, right? Yeah. Extreme. Let's say come off this and they hustle or switch. Okay, what we do, we call it skates. So you might just pull up high here. Okay, you might pull up high. You're going to throw it to the guards, you throw it across. Let's imagine there's someone in the corner. You almost get it like here. You catch, back to there. You're really just going to throw it. After you throw it, you're going to backpedal. Okay, so you're going to throw it and you get some separation into the bit. You're then going to throw it to me, and then everyone's going to space with you. We would say that way there, you can just get really deep underneath the hoop. Or if you wanted to, it'd be perfectly fine if you just jump in the corner. Jump in the corner. They're on space. And now we're just going like full speed, it's called skates because they're on skates trying to stay in front. Right, we would get that a lot. We'd had some pretty good players. Micah Simpson, as an example, would be really good in that situation, just attacking downhill. We would always end up getting one of them freeze because the defense would just collapse like crazy. Okay? Just so you get a feel for what the reasoning behind why the five's important. Okay, that's any questions briefly? There's a lot and I'll probably skim through it very quickly.
Nick, what were the biggest difficulties you had, like playing at that pace throughout the week?
Yeah, now that's the thing. We probably didn't play at that pace you saw the whole week because by the end of it we only had 8 players. So it's hard to sustain that. If you had 10 players, it would be awesome to be able to play at that pace. That is definitely what it looks like at Cam 1, that kind of speed. And the players get a better feel the more you do it for like what's a maintainable speed to be able to play at. So it wasn't always quite that fast. But like I said, they would feel moments where we got really quick inbounds, we'd just kick it ahead and got on the rim. So again, that happened at least 4 times. I remember that happening at a Nationals game. It was pretty like, that's pretty cool.